week 1 of virtual learning is over. I hope it went well for you. And right now, obviously I'm hanging out with the chickens, making sure they're okay. Some of you guys have emailed me or asked me in a classroom or in a conference if the chickens are okay. You've asked who's taking care of them, are they getting their food, are they getting watered? She's looking at me really angry right now. Okay. And yes, they're great. And so don't worry about them. To quote Miss Ruthie, calm down, they're fine. So I come out here all the time and hang out with them. So I'll bring them some snacks and some food, and they've started to know me. So they've gotten pretty good at when they hear me or they see me. When they see me, they start coming over because they know I'm probably bringing them food. So what I do is sometimes I take the stuff that, like the end of the bread or any other leftover food that I have, and I bring it out to them. So here's one of our girls, and she likes bread, but she also does not like to be held. So some of you are used to the chickens, and some of you have never held one or come out here, so here you go. So I thought I'd introduce you to a few of them. So chickens love the bread. They love leftover rice. Here you go. Leftover rice, leftover noodles. They love to eat grass. They love all kinds of stuff. Bugs. Here you go. Bugs are their favorite. So just a few things about chickens. You'll see they look big. They look a lot bigger than they are. Right now, this neck, you can see, well, maybe you can't see, it's almost all feathers. The neck itself is really small, and their ears are right behind there. Got these gray claws. So the land and livestock crew built this roof here. All we did was take some longer branches, some sweet gum tree and some bamboo, cross it to the middle, did some lashings up there, and then we started weaving them all in together. This is not necessarily to keep the chickens from flying away, although it helps. We're mainly worried about hawks. Foxes, I don't think can get in here, and if a hawk really wanted to, it could get through here, but for the most part, this prevents them from swooping down and catching our chickens by surprise. They're pretty good at protecting themselves and hiding, but obviously out here we don't have as many places for them to hide, so this allows them to do that. Another thing I have been asked about is the egg situation, and so let me show you. So sometimes you have what is called a broody hen, a hen that has laid an egg and thinks that it's fertilized and wants to sit on it until it hatches, and so she will stay on the nest and keep those eggs warm. So sometimes they'll stay there, especially as the weather starts to get warmer. They start to think that they're warmer and therefore that they're ready to raise a chick. So sometimes we have to take a look and see if someone's on the nest. Look at that. Hello. Excuse me. There you go. So we have 7 eggs. These eggs, each chicken that is of a laying age will probably lay an egg once a day or every other day. So sometimes we'll get 5 eggs every 7 days, or other things like that. Sometimes that also depends on the weather, depends on the age of the chicken, depends on how much sunlight we have each day, how many hours of sunlight we have. So there's a lot of changes that go on, and depending on the variety, we will have different color eggs. And so we have a speckled, we have a blue, a green, two darker and two lighter. So depending on the breed of chicken, you can tell what egg it is. I just don't know which goes with which one, but that's okay. So if you've never come out to the farm, please find a time to do so. Obviously now's not the right time, but you can meet our chickens, hang out with them, feed them some grass. This is some wild onions, basically the chives that you get in the store. These are basically chives, and chickens love them. Come on, ladies. There you go. Okay, some chickens love them. There you go. We also feed them other grasses that we find. They need a variety of stuff to eat, and so this was growing over there in our compost bin, so I gave them some of that grass as well. So our chickens live in this enclosure behind us that we call the coop. In general, technically, this building over here that you see, where they sleep at night and where they nest, is called the coop. It's fully enclosed, and if we ever needed to put them there for safety, we could do that as well. But this is technically this fence, and the other part that's fenced in is called the run. So the coop is where they would stay at night, and the run is kind of where they hang out and feed and scratch and look for bugs and live. So we wanted to build this, and we ended up calling it the Clucktagon, even though it's actually 6 sides, which makes it a hexagon, but somebody brilliantly came up with the name Clucktagon, and so these are our chickens. So everybody's doing okay here at the farm, and maybe in the next couple weeks I'll show you how we're planting some things. We got some potatoes coming up, we've got some tomatoes starting to sprout up. I'm going to replant some beans. We had a critter get into the beans, so I'm gonna have to put a little fence around that, and we'll look and see if we can get that critter taken care of. Wait, taken care of. I just mean prevented from eating the beans. We're not taking care of the critters, if you know what I mean.